how to make money by keeping your mouth shut. Well, obviously, be professional. And I'll have two scenarios. One when the customer rides along, and the other one when the customer rides with a company. So, for scenario one, no, notice if he or she is occupied, busy with their phone, or simply talking on the phone. Go through the procedure. When I mean procedure, greet them, verify their name, provide the options, and offering, complimentary refreshment. And if the writer is disinterested in conversation, just let it go and focus on driving, and let the music play and do its job. For some people, they just wanted to get to their destination without talking, and you don't know if they were just getting from the meeting, or they have something on their mind that they really don't want to talk to. If someone is more of the extrovert, by asking them, hey, how is your day going? You show the interest, but they say, well, fine. And then they will just look at their phone and trying to focus on what's in the phone. Just let it go, let the music play, and drive. And trust me, it will be just fine, because they just wanted to peace and quiet, didn't really want to be bothered. But it's also very important when you play the music, make sure it's something like not offensive, like with no commercials, and then something that they can just, the music playing in the background, and many times they have their earbuds, and then they listen even their own music if they will, or do whatever they wanted to do, right? All right, second option is when the customer writes with the company. They are typically busy talking to each other, right? But then again, you also wanted to go through the same procedure, welcome them, and then verify their name, and provide the options, right? Offer the complimentary refreshments. And then remember who is paying for the ride. Focus on them and make sure they are happy with the service, right? So if they get in, you're asking for their name. Hey, Jerry or Beth, and that way you pretty much know who's paying for the ride and who to focus on and who to talk to, because that person will be giving you stars or no stars, or giving you tip or no tip. So that's pretty important, right? And next thing we will talk about is be ready to tell your story. Why do you drive Uber? Okay, why is it important? It is because when people get into the car, not all of them, but some people wanted to know you, and or before you arrive, they want to know who are they riding with. I mean, you're a stranger, and then they're a stranger to you, and then they will feel more comfortable and more open if they will know who is going to give them a ride. So be honest. Make sure it matches your description on Uber app, which I will go over later on in next modules. And then keep your story short. And then definitely keep it inspiring. So the reason is you're between jobs. That's what it was my case. So I was open about it. So hey, I'm in between jobs. I'm driving an Uber, and then I love helping people and giving them the ride from point A to point B and get them safely. Or it could be, I'm paying of my credit card and this and that, and I'm very close to this goal, and this is I'm driving after work, whatever the case might be, saving money for vacation. We're going overseas, we're going to Florida or anywhere, Canada, Texas, Mexico, whatever, right? Or I'm just going to school and making extra money. Now, when sharing your story, listen for feedback and observe the similarities. Remember to listen more and speak less. And why that is because you don't want to talk all the time throughout the ride. You won't let them to speak unless they're just very interested in your story, and also be very general as far as what you're talking about. You don't want to be too specific, because if you're gonna get too personal, um, uh, you can get yourself in a rabbit hole, and it's might be it'll be too much to handle, and then it's not really for the ride. Like, you're giving a service to provide people, get them safely from point A to point B. So just keep that in mind and avoid criticism. So your customers, you don't want to criticize them, or anybody really, or giving them advice about life, right? It's just not your job, and it may fire back at you. So trust me on this. It's just something you don't want to do. I hope that makes sense for you. All right, next slide. And avoid getting too personal, as I mentioned earlier, with a customer. Do not ask for their phone number or ask them out, as it is against the rules. So stay focused on your goals and don't get too personal. I've heard and read quite a few stories. It's just something, might be tempting, but if you're gonna go that route, remember, you're on the job, and then if anything goes wrong, they will always may say, "Well, I met them uh, as they were giving me a ride, in Uber. So this is something that will be held against you always. So sorry, but that's just how it works. When arriving at a destination, this is a tip. If it's a new location for the rider, make sure they are at the correct address before leaving. Now, this will also, for one, it will show really 5-star quality and 5-star rating that you care about this person. Like, they get out of the car, but you still care and you want to make sure they're safely made it to where they wanted to be. And two, who knows if that address is wrong, or they need to go back, or whatever case might be. Well, that's also a room for you to make more money, right? So I do recommend, like, don't be too quick about, like, just leaving the place and then not caring, right? Helping an older person to get in and out of the car. It's also shows a top-notch customer service. It could be at the hospital or at their house. There might be various places where that might happen, and it's really something that you show that you really care about your rider. In order to build the trust and maintain a positive reputation in the community, prioritize professionalism and excellent service. So really keep that in mind. You will see, and if you do something, from the bottom of your heart, you really care. Of course, there will be those that will want to use and be more needy. Do your best. I had a customer. Here's the story that I offered water. It was great. Then she asked to adjust the temperature. That's what I asked, and then she was really grateful. She then asked for if I have a chewing gum. I had some lifesavers, but she wanted a chewing gum. I was able actually to provide that to her, and then she started asking for, like, even more stuff, like access to the internet. If I have, I can do a hotspot. Now, at certain point, you wanted to say, like, I'm sorry, this is for my work. I don't have access to the internet, but it's going to be completely up to you. Obviously, you don't want to let your clients walk all over you, because sometimes people are the way they are, and it's just you will not be able to satisfy all of them. But that's not the case, right? It's you do the best you can and stick to it, right?